Welcome to Blackboard Fridays. We've got a combination of topics coming together to focus this week on how to be bigger in your business. A few weeks ago we talked about what business strategy was, the ordered priorities and roadmap to take you from where you are now to where you want to get to. That journey is a combination of reducing inefficiencies, being better, and growing the capacity of your business, being bigger. Step by step, you take that journey to your vision. 2 weeks ago, we talked about how to calculate the capacity engine in your business. How much revenue could you be generating, and is there any waste? Last week, we focused on that waste. We focused on 6 categories that you could address to identify whether they are holding back revenue and profitability in your existing business. But the reality is, at some point, your team are going to be efficient enough. You're going to want to grow. And similarly, we have 6 categories for you as a business owner to focus on when it comes to growing the size of your capacity engine, when it comes to building a business that can output even more revenue month after month. Let's run through them. The first is more people. This is the obvious one. When I talk to most business owners about growth, this is the one they go to. I need to hire more people. I recently worked with a trade business on their recruitment strategy. They had an awful lot of these efficiencies working really well, in particular their marketing and their sales. They couldn't keep up with the work, but they were struggling to recruit the right people to come in with the right skills to hit the ground running. So we pulled together a recruitment strategy that included their onboarding process as well as how they were marketing and advertising to their channels and to their database to get better candidates through the door on a consistent basis. A lot of businesses I talk to don't actually want more people. They're hesitant to grow because they're worried that that just means more headache. The good news, if that's you, is there's 5 other ways you can grow the business without necessarily needing to add more people. The next is more products. Great example of this was a client I worked with. They were doing some online software development for clients, and they found that their clients kept asking them to put together the courses, to help structure the programs, not just build the software to support it. They're now 2 separate businesses, each of which is bigger than the initial business. That's because they listened to their market and identified a product opportunity. As a general rule of thumb, additional products that you add to your business will be more profitable because they're built in response to an actual need and leverage a brand, your existing brand, that is already out there with a reputation in the marketplace. If you've got some great product ideas that your clients are clamoring for, this is a fantastic way to grow without needing to add more people, because you can sell those same products through your existing team to your existing clients. The flip side of that is more channels. So rather than building more products, where you sell more products into existing clients, you now have more channels to sell your existing products through. One of the wonderful ways you can do this in many professional services businesses is actually building referral channels. Unpaid sales teams that are out there sending you clients on a regular basis. But to give you an idea of one of my clients and the focus they had on their channels, they realized that every single one of their bad clients came from a single source. We broke down all of their clients by channel, and we identified that this one source was sending them terrible clients, and those terrible clients were referring even more clients. By actually reducing the number of channels, they were able to increase their average client size by 30%, which meant that their team were doing bigger jobs and outputting more revenue on average. Pricing and packaging. This is a great way to increase the revenue output your team can generate, again, without needing more people. If you just put your prices up by 100%, you would double the size of your engine. You might lose a few clients, and so it's important to get the pricing and packaging done well. One of my clients put together a subscription package for their clients. The prices actually went up by between 20 and 50% for their clients, but because they managed to package it in a successful way and break it down into bite-sized monthly lumps so the client felt they were getting more value, they were actually able to increase all of that revenue, again, without needing more team, more bodies, more headaches. When was the last time you put your prices up? And are your clients buying a package that they feel is tailored to them, or are they just buying the one thing that you offer them? With the last 2, we start to get into some strategies that fewer businesses deal with, but where there can be massive uplift and opportunity if you decide this is the way you're going to grow your enterprise. Client base management, analysing your clients. You've possibly heard of the Pareto principle that says that 80% of your outcomes come from 20% of your input. And this is true in a lot of businesses. When I've done this analysis, 80% of their profit comes from their top 20% of clients. And let me tell you one case study, which is a client where we did this and discovered that 90% of their profit came from just their top 10 clients. In other words, if they sacked 90% of their clients, they would make almost as much profit. And that's before they even got rid of some of the team that were no longer needed. Now, that wasn't the strategy they went through, but as part of that analysis, we did identify 50% of their client work that was losing them money. And needless to say, we wrapped that bundle up in love and we sent it on its way to a smaller competitor down the road who was perfectly positioned to support those clients. Great for the competitor, but great for my client as well, because suddenly their team had all of this spare capacity to deal with the bigger, more profitable clients. And that didn't require any level of recruitment. And the last one, which I call new paradigm. And this is starting to get into the real deep belief structures that you as a business owner have about the potential and opportunity for your business. When you analyze the limiting beliefs that may be holding you back and you dig down underneath those to discover that you genuinely do choose and create the whole of your own reality, then you can set business goals that will far exceed what maybe those little voices of doubt deep down are telling you are capable. My last example for today is a financial client that I worked with a few years ago. And this was the process that they went through with some specialists in that area. And instead of being a financial specialist in the one market that they were, they're now a global business. They're selling services into 12 different countries. And they're not just selling financial services anymore. They've got a whole suite of products. They've actually ticked off an awful lot of those growth strategies, and it all came back to them realizing that the only thing holding back their potential was themselves. Now, when I look at the 6 different categories of ways that your business can be better and the 6 ways that you can be bigger, as you've heard, I've worked with client businesses in each of those. And so when I go into a business or do a strategic workshop, these are some of the conversations that I want to be having with you, with the business owners. But there are some specialists out there that focus on 1 or 2 of these in general. So if you know specifically what you're looking for, go out there and find the right person to help you to release that. And what you'll find is the growth from where you are now to where you want to be happens a whole lot sooner, because you've made the decision to be better, to be bigger, and to be both.